Hi, my boys. All right, I had a game going on last night because um, Pan um, Hermie told me that Pan is on or Pan is here. So Pan is like his son. It's his son. Anyways, Pan is like he brings like the chirrups, the little baby angels, and they bring a lot of like chaos. Um, so right now Pan is like, I have something for you. I have something for you. Um, and Hermes is like, you know how I tell you that he doesn't like the baby angels, like the cupids. He doesn't like their games sometimes because they're mischiefs, and they do fuck around with what you call those twin flame things. But that's because you shouldn't be taking life seriously, and because those spirit babies are manifested, and some of those spirit babies they were they know you more, so kind of like that. Okay, so for Scientology, um, they're manifesting this. They did something, and um, with Tom Cruise, his initial is TC. Well, mine is TC, but I have that L. So mm, I'm aware I'm a puppet, but I like puppets. And the Muppets helped me a lot. And I remember Stacy, I think it was Stacy or Mark, um, Mandy's kids, my niece and nephew. I think it was, yeah, Stacy. She did not like Muppets. And I'm like, oh man, like I love the Muppets, but she was terrified of them. Like she was terrified of them. So I'm like, no, I can't do that to her. I'm not even gonna try. And with then no shame, Daisy, we even got pregnant at the same time. She had Travis, and I had Desi. And Travis came out like a full blown 1 year, no, like a 3 year old. He came out. So then um, when I got to talk to her again, because we also had a falling out for a little bit. And then I find out, it's like when I moved to Riverside, my boys, when we're moving to Riverside, I find out that Daisy is homeless or living in a hotel room. And like it was bad. And Anthony, I hope you remember that because I took you there. No, I did not. I only took you there because I wasn't gonna let you clean. I just couldn't let you clean. Um, but I did take you there. I wanted you to see that side um, of what happens when you're not responsible and you run away from your actions and you use people. And this was around Dre when Dre had his stroke. I knew something was gonna happen. I knew I felt it because of Cassandra, because of Matt. Now I don't know if Matt faked his death or he's alive. But I feel like he's dead. But another way, I do feel like he's alive because so much corruption behind his death it was unexplainable. Like I couldn't understand it. Connie, his mother, she wasn't acting like a caring mother. She wasn't acting like a mourning mother would. Um, and I know those people I know Matt Aguilar um, was touching and rubbing on Cassandra's sisters behind her back. He would try to cop a feel whenever he could. Whenever he could. That was disgusting. And all Lauren did was fucking Matt. Oh, Matt, stop. Like, what are you doing? Then I really laid into him. I did. And it was in my own apartment. It was in my own damn fucking apartment. And if he didn't fucking like it, oh fucking what? So what he did was he got back at me by inviting us to Pizza Hut. So we go to Pizza Hut with the kids. We all go to Pizza Hut, and I remember like how he used to be. Or I know how he used to be, and I had extra money because I'm like, all right, he's inviting us. Well, that's my friend Cassandra, you know. So I'm like, well, just in case, I'll pay. We'll pay. You know, not knowing what he was gonna pull, not knowing what bullshit he was gonna pull. So in the back of my head, yeah, he's inviting us, but I'm paying for the whole meal, and it was pizza. It's not a lot, you know. So then, poor Cassandra. So we're all done eating and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna use the restroom." So we're done, and we're waiting and waiting. Um, and it's about maybe 10 minutes. I kid you not. And I'm like, "Lauren, go check on him and see, cause we gotta go, and the kids are crying, you know." Then he comes out, and then he's like, "No, I guess I lost my wallet. I don't know where it's at." And already, like, I can see what Cassandra was like, "Oh, not this again," you know? And I'm like, "Oh, like, we already paid for it, you know, like 10 minutes ago. So you should have came out." Like, I was so proud of myself. I was so happy. Like just seeing that, it was, no, dumbass. What are you doing? Like, you left your wife out there to handle the situation. You set her up. Then, what I was pissed about, my boys, Cassandra came to my apartment after in Riverside. She came to visit me with Michaela and Blake. And she was trying to potty train Blake because Michaela was already potty trained, and she was so excited that she got Michaela to potty train, and she's already trying to train Blake. And at the time, Anthony, you were in the stages of potty training. They're already like, you were excited, you were already like, but you were in the Pampers still, just in case, because you're still young. And you were like watching her, like, oh, she has those too. So like, it was encouraging you more. And then I was like watching her as like a mom, and she was just like how she was in high school, taking care of her siblings. But I know that when they got older, it started to change a little bit. She was acting more like a sister than she was a mom. And at the time, the kids needed a parent, not a sister, at the time of her husband's passing. When she came, there was bruises on her arms. In my apartment in Riverside, there was bruises. And I asked her. She said she felt. Those don't look like marks that she fell. And it kind of pissed me off. It really did. No, coward. And I just knew, I felt like I had to be there for her. Just, I didn't know, like, it's very hard, very difficult, because I was not in a very good situation myself, because I'm dealing with Lauren's bullshit. And I knew about, I couldn't go anywhere either. And her father, Cassandra's father, was to blame. Her parents are to blame for her upbringing. Um, they come from a Mormon family, and her mom was more like a sister than a mother to her too. Her mom also had it was dealing with depression and just fitting in because the way her husband was treating her, and it showed. It was just like how my Aunt Bonnie and Mike were. Um, like I didn't understand that Mike was like a complete fucking asshole, and Bonnie was so nice, so I didn't understand how that could be. It's racist. It's just racist, pure racist on that side. And for the Mormon side, it was more like controlling. So it was so different seeing that point of view, but they each had triggers of their own. But either way, they go back into the women just end up being friends and not a parent to their child. And that's where the control, to me, comes on. That love is like, is confused because they didn't get that love. So let's see. Matt is related, or not related, but the story, this part is connecting to my friend Ryan, like in elementary school. Um, he was a boy that got slapped in the face by a teacher, and that teacher was very. She changed my life because she called me stupid, and I would never amount to anything. So that damaged me to where like fuck teachers, fuck everything. Like I have to go home to abuse and I have to go to the school abuse. When will it stop? I can't take it. And then she was bringing the holy like Bethlehem and stuff into the classroom on Christmas, and I didn't understand it. And the drummer boy, and then at the time my grandpa ended up staying with us, living with us, and I kept asking him questions about it, and he kept saying like, "You shouldn't ask questions. I don't want to talk about it." He was getting really mean, and but he goes to church. I don't understand that. But then I find out what he was really doing. So then I just, you know what? I asked my grandma. I kept asking my grandma, and she kept giving me songs. And she kept giving me things that might help me feel better, and that was nature, animals, numbers, letters, shapes. And then as I got older, I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Star Trek. I grew up with Star Trek. I grew up with Star Wars. So one of these fuckers, these Illuminatis or Freemasons, says some poor fool is going to end up with no roots or whatnot, floating roof or whatever roots, and help us. So this was all planned out. This was a setup. The what else do I have to say? I forgot another thing. Something else popped up. Well, I guess that means I have to go because I'm gonna play another game with Alexa. But for right now, that whatever
Right
I had
now
to
is
put,
Thursday, January 11th, 2024.
whatever I have to say, it's there. Gene Wesley Roddenberry Sr. was born August 19th, 1921, and he died October 24th, 1991. And my dad was a very huge fan of his. And as for Tom Cruise, you can see when the pandemic happened, like, he started freaking out. You can tell he started freaking the fuck out. Like, oh God, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. This is it, this is it. Everyone started being like that. So you can see during the pandemic whose heart was in where. It's all on video. Everything's on video. Everything's recorded. So all I had to do was watch and going, oh shit, this isn't gonna go well. Uh, my mom knew about the sexual abuse going on. It breaks my heart because Sarah Ferguson, Fergie, I she has babies. In the royal family, like everything was arranged marriage because of they were trying to always one up each other or gain power or not fight. But the Egyptians, that's all it was. It was who can run a bigger and better empire. But in the end, it's like surviving Earth, like just humans just need to be here just to survive and just live comfortably like the animals because we're animals. So why can't we just live among the animals? Um, and what Jean did, what helped me is to understand like the Scientology people. They're going to be scared, and then what are they going to do? Run to the Catholic Church, run to another source. And what these Catholic people do and Christian people, they're going, come to me, come to me. Jesus is the one, God is the Savior, and only one. And this is going to go, the circle's going to continue again. And I want nothing a part of it. Even the government, like, it's just better dead. Watching these people go to jail for speaking out, when jail's just another science experiment. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be another science experiment. I'm done. I think Hitler was enough. If you guys didn't learn from Hitler's mistake and like it's sad because like when people go, oh, you're talking to Hitler or you're educating yourself on Hitler, you're a bad person, you're disgusting, why would you even want to go down that route? He was a child at one point, just like OJ Simpson was a child at one point. What made him snap? Why do people do things? Why did Genghis Khan had all those kids? Why do these people just do these things? They learned it from somebody. They were taught. So language is just I guess another expression like art. Oh, Lauren Tapia, this is so funny. Because remember, I go, and it was kind of sad because you started using it anytime you did something, some kind of fucking fucked up shit to me. I would always go, well, fuck, you're an artist or something stupid. And then you'd be like, what? I'm an artist. So every time you did something, you'd always look at me, well, what? I'm an artist. So I'd be like, ah, fuck. So I had to turn that around. So Matt Aguilar, dead or alive, he brings back Katie Krause. And Katie Krause just gave me Chris Flores. And Chris Flores, no, my boys. Water. He's with Water. Back in school, in high school, I never looked like this. Like, to me, I was like, not pretty at all. I didn't like myself. And I had the body dysmorphia shit, and I still have it. And I had weight problems. I was issuing with, like, I had horrible confidence in myself. And I was trying to get that. I was trying to get confidence in myself, and I just couldn't. But I'm like, one day it will happen. One day I'll get it. I just can't be around my mom or my sisters because they just see it as nitpicking, whatever I did. Like I'd sit down and my mom go, "Oh, your leg's looking fat. Oh, I lose weight. Oh, or I would try to exercise or lose weight. Oh, you shouldn't be eating that." Like it would just, I didn't want to hear it. It's just like I lose weight and I don't want to look at the scale. I just don't want to go on the scale. Even now, I still don't. But, so I knew if I can control my weight in elementary and middle school, because I came from a big, heavy family. So I knew if I can control that, I have power. Like I have something. I don't have to complain like, "Oh, I'm so fat," or I'm like I don't want to be like that because it gets to you. It does, and then you have people like my parents or my sister that didn't want to. They just want to complain, and I didn't want to complain like my grandma. So I worked and worked for it. And the diet and the food, you have to do with the food too, because it just won't work with. You have to do both, and you have to train your mind. So I did, and the first time I really felt that moment, in school, I think I was like 150. I got my biggest at the time, middle school and high school was 150. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to be big. I don't want to, like, I was scared. And then I started, and I had these jeans. Like, I couldn't fit anymore. And I was crying. And I remember, okay, then those are my jeans just in case. So those are my jeans that I need to fit. Like they said, they say like, someone said like, if you get a pair of jeans that you want to fit into, put them up and imagine yourself in them and keep working out, and then every once in a while try it on to see if it'll fit. So I did that. I completely forgot about it. Didn't even think about it. And I put the pants on thinking that they were my other pair. And I'm looking around for my other pair, like I've been wanting to try on the one that I didn't fit into. So I'm trying to look for them. I can't find them. So then I'm like, where are they at? Because these are the big ones. Where's the one that I wanted to fit? So I take off the ones that I was wearing and I look and I'm like, oh my God, I start crying. Those are the pants that I was trying to find. Now they are too big. They're like 3 size big to me. And I start crying. And I'm like, they're too big. I need another size. I have to go shopping again. I have to get another pair. I have to do this shit all over again. But I'm like, but how come I don't feel happy inside? How come I don't feel like satisfied? How come I don't feel good? The pants don't fit now. They're supposed to fit and now they're too big. So then I go to the store thinking, all right, and get some clothes. But every time I picked something, they were too big. Nothing fit. Um, then I gotta go a size smaller. So I go a size smaller, and they're like it's like size 3, size 1. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm shopping in the Asian section. And I'm like, this is so neat. There's so many clothes to choose from. They're so cute, like it's so neat. But and in the back of my head, it was, but for how long? How long can I keep this up for? It was that constant, how long, how long? And it was hard. It was hard just keeping up that shit. And then you have the people like my mom who was heavy set, or my sisters. Oh, you think you're too better than us? You think you did, like, no, just no. I wasn't thinking, I don't know, I just felt like I wasn't pretty enough. So then I start toning up. Then I start, you know what? I feel better about myself. I do. I don't care about I feel good. I kind of felt like Hercules. So then I channeled in Hercules. So then when I channeled in Hercules, that opened up another door of that 12 labor stuff. So I'm like, oh, that thing, and that heroes theory thing. Then I knew, like, well, what Marilyn Monroe did, like, she fixed her face, so she was not like that before. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll get to that point. But then after channeling her, or after like realizing, seeing pictures and seeing things, that she had her insecurities too. So I'm like, oh, let's never win with this fucking fight. So each time, and what Lauren Tapia doesn't know, that each time, and I knew my looks weren't that good, And oh yeah, bring it back to the high schoolers. So there was a couple girls that these boys and other girls, the mean girls like Amy Zambala, and like they would get these, they'd have boys that were friends, and they'd have like girls that had nice bodies but ugly faces. So they're like, oh, just put a bag over her face and you'll be good, or just imagine somebody else, but the body's good but the face is in. So I'm like, well, then that's fucking mean. That's fucking gross. Like, that's just like what. And then they put it on a movie. Then I seen it in a movie. They just had a joke about that. But I'm like, do these girls know? Do these girls know that you're talking shit about that? Do they know? Well, Amy Zabala, you need to tell your friends. Savannah, whatever her last name is, um, um, Erica Jimenez with Jessica Sandoval. Like, Jessica Sandoval was her cousin, and they were also making fun of her, which was my friend. So that would piss me off. Like, every time I heard that fucking comment of, oh, she has a nice body, just put a bag over her face or her head, that would really piss me off. And I would lay into them like, what the fuck, you're disgusting. And I told her, I know I told her, and they would call her screen face too, and all this other bullshit, mean fucking stuff. And I know exactly that they were doing that same shit to me. So I just laugh. Because I only had one boyfriend at the time, and it was Frank. So it was just funny. Then with Lauren, like, if he was part of, he had to have been part of it. So whatever, like, you guys want to make fun of my looks and go for it, but every time that happened, I took money and I did a self-care shit. So I always knew I wanted braces, but how am I gonna afford the braces? So it just took fucking time. Because my mom didn't pay for braces and she didn't want to brace. She didn't want to do that. The first time I went to the dentist was in, I think, 7th or 8th grade. And I got like 2 root canals done. It was so painful. And I'm like, I didn't know all this shit with teeth. Um, my mom just never took us to the dentist. So I knew when I had kids, the moment when I sat down in that dentist chair, I knew if I had fucking kids, they were going to the dentist right away. And my offsprings, you went to the dentist. I took you boys to the dentist. I did. But now the hard part was the flossing and finding toothpaste that actually worked, and the food. It has to do with the food that you eat. Um, but to me, your boys' teeth were so much healthier than mine, and I'm taking you to the dentist. I did the every 6 months thing, and then like if you didn't have any cavities, you didn't go for a whole year. Um, so to me, if you didn't have any cavities, so you went to the dentist and you didn't have any cavities, I felt like a winner. And when you went to the dentist and you had cavities, I failed. I failed you because you were not supposed to get cavities. That was supposed to be my job to help you. And then over time, when you got older, if you had a cavity, it was still my fault. But you need to start like, all right, how do cavities work and this and that. So I knew that I had to step up my practices every time you guys went to the dentist. Um, Yolanda Gallo keeps popping up because her mom was a dentist, so she ends up following that part. That's where my ancestors like pinpointed her right away. Um, so I know this is all gonna lead back to her. So her friends were all involved. Like whoever she got is hiding, and they're involved in Scientology. So Jamie Bishorner has to be involved in something because she's in the military, which sucks. Sucks. I had all my shit blocked. Like this was supposed to be a private thing, but they don't want to tell the truth. So I'm calling you guys out. Um, so if someone calls me ugly or like this and that, you should have seen me before. So anyways, I got I got I got braces. Um then the next time I find out that Lauren's cheating on me, and I had to stay because I didn't know like who's who. Like I'm still doing my investigation part. So I can't really stay, and he is going to kill himself, so I'm the only friend that he has. I can't let someone just kill themselves. But meanwhile, I didn't see this other side, which is the witchcraft block where he was killing me. Like I didn't see that gun. I really didn't see that gun until I'm like, oh shit, until my dad said something. I had my, why would he lie to me? That's what I don't understand. It's the fact that getting caught, he lost a good thing. When you lose something that's good, you don't want to lose it. Like he knew what he lost and he didn't want to let me go. Um, Meanwhile, as he's doing that, I know I'm taking down everybody because his family was also involved too, because I'm not supposed to be here. I really wanted to commit suicide. That was so much. I couldn't breathe. I still can't breathe. Um, what else? Uh, yeah, I forgot my concentration. I have to breathe. I hope I can breathe. Just breathe. In the world we live in today, I want nothing. I don't want to be a part. I just want my babies. I have flying monkeys and I have trolls who think they know me and they don't. I never had a friend like that. I don't want a friend. Wasn't expecting a friend. I'm just expecting my boys. And I'm following my boys. So where my boys are gonna take me, then they're gonna take me. Um, I'm missing them. There's no reason for me to go out in public and socialize with people who are just gonna put me down or just think that I'm a conspiracy theory. And for the Justice 8, like Elon Musk is all up on that business. It's all Hollywood. And there's a teacher involved. Well, that teacher just has to rat out everybody too then. Now they're pulling the Native American thing. Come on, what is real and what's not? I'm not going to be involved in that shit then. That's their own doing. Like, it's just to show you how corrupt it really was. Because here he is trying to get people like, hey, this is wrong, and yet where's his backup? Where are all these people? Because they were all cops themselves. He had no backup. The only backup there is Mexico, and that's the cartels, that's the mafia, that's like the other people that are. They're going to be the ones helping, because they are controlled by our ancestors, our deep ancestors. And they're after blood. These ancestors want blood, and Mexico never had Jesus. Aztec Mayans never had Jesus. So Mexico needs, these Mexicans need to start waking up and start asking for that Jesus to go away. They need to sage Jesus out of their lives. They need to get rid of Jesus out of their lives and give Jesus back to the Pope. Return to sender. Here you go. Wrap up Jesus in a blanket or carpet. Here's your Jesus back. Give us what we need. Give us what we want. Let us go. And I guess this is a songbird or hummingbird. They're using, I did not know, butterflies. Like, there's butterfly magic. And the monarch butterflies, they were representing male, like my dad. And now I see like butterflies coming up, and they're using the Savannah and Matt case for butterflies. That's false. I'm getting false. And I'm like, okay, I guess that's not where I'm supposed to be. Like, I'm not going to touch it. Because butterflies are supposed to come to you naturally. You're not supposed to use that. So that's where they fucked up on that part. I don't know what happened there, but butterflies come to me naturally, just like ladybugs come to me naturally. So when I see someone doing some type of manifesting butterflies, they're manifesting someone's death. I'm getting something else. They're manifesting something else because when you're in a cocoon, you don't know what's going on in the outside world. They're manifesting someone's death, someone's cocoon, someone's rebirth and afterlife, or like rebirth kind of type thing. Someone's doing that with that butterfly. And no, that's your no. You're focusing on one thing. I don't like that. All right. I'll see you boys in a bit.